2K Sports. Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Taking to the hardwood as we'll get to watch the first.
Yeah, and whether he has friends and family in the crowd tonight or watching at home, I know a lot of people are proud of this young man. He's worked so hard to achieve this goal.
Yeah, and the future's bright for him, Greg. Not just tonight and not just this season, but for years to come.
On the court for Charlotte, Hill in at point guard. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist out there with Jeremy Lamb. Then it's Jeremy Lin, and it's Zeller in at the center position. Outside, Lin. Shot clock at 5. From the arc. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. And the hope for Jeremy Lin last season was that he'd take a step forward in his development, but it almost was the opposite in his play.
And that can happen. You don't always go a straight line north in your improvement in this league. He'd been on an upward swing as far as his shooting accuracy, but last season was the worst since his rookie year in that area.
And talking about Lin last season, he never quite gelled with what they were doing in Los Angeles. Both he and Kobe need the ball to be effective, and I got a feeling you guys know which one of those two is going to get it.
The kick out to Dragic. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time. 6 points for Goran Dragic.
And turning down what would have been a tough shot for himself into an easy one for his teammate.
Here's Hill, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And, you know, getting back to Lin, he was actually pretty strong starting out the season in November.
And mark that bucket down, folks. That's the first career basket from Hill.
And a scrappy one, but he'll take it. It doesn't matter how you get those first points in the NBA. It just matters that you get them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there will be plenty of chances to create spectacular highlights in the years to come for this young man. But right now, he just wants those first points.
Well, with Freak Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready. He's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
Zeller against Stoudemire. Lin dishes to Hill. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Lin from long range. No good. And the Heat going the other way now. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Johnson outside. And another basket for Miami.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
And stolen by Richardson. And Dragic with a clear path to the hoop. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Dragic has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And really, these teams don't even look like they belong on the same court today.
I don't think they do, but that's painful.
Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game.
You know, I've thought about this moment my entire life.
You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective from most rookies, do you? And the first half is now in the books. Welcome back, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the... Keller comes in for Marvin Williams, and it's Hill in for Courtney Lee.
And Charlotte had a lot of momentum going into last season off that playoff appearance, but they just stumbled out of the gates last season and spent the whole year playing catch-up.
And Charlotte, looking at who they've got, Zeller and Jefferson are inside. Kemba Walker is out there with Hill, and it's Batum in at the 3 spot. They get it back. Dang kicks to Whiteside. Jefferson with some nice D.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Hill inside. Wade is covering. Zeller passes to Hill. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Hill's got 6. And for the Hornets, they seemed to get back on track last January, but they faded Clark quickly after that and were too far behind to make up room and get in the playoffs.
And, you know, they had a rash of injuries, Kevin, and that really did them in. All in all, it was a season that just didn't have any traction for them because of the injuries.
And he banks in the layup. Now just a 2-point Miami lead. And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
Whiteside's checked in for Miami. Wash comes in for Luol Deng. The Hornets also changing it up. Hansborough's come in for Jefferson, and it's Hill in for Kid Gilchrist.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Miami.
Fewer miscues made the difference, Clark.
Yeah, I thought the fact they minimized their turnovers was huge. It was a terrific all-around effort.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And it will be a fight, Greg. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra added meaning for the players.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Bosh. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
We've got Chris Bosh. Whiteside is out there with Stoudemire. Then there's Dragic, and it's Johnson in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Stoudemire. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Freak. And he knocks down the first one. Talking about Luol Deng, his consistency year to year has been outstanding. Over 11 seasons, Greg, if you look at his averages across every category, they're remarkably similar.
And here's a guy who can score from anywhere. Great mid-range game, makes plays for his teammates, rebounds at both ends. He is versatile and bankable.
Lynn against Dragic. Johnson outside. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. And the Heat lead by 19.
And you can sense the fact that they didn't want to let the fans down here. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
Greg, it really has been a vibrant atmosphere, and no doubt that played a part in the big win.
Hill, no good. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. And the outcome of this one.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan play. Chris Bosh, he had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under. And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
It's NBA 2K's first esports event, the Road